I came to Dilley, Texas because I wanted to see what was happening at the detention center here. The U.S. government is currently imprisoning immigrant women and children who are fleeing extreme violence in their home countries and exercising their right to seek asylum in the U.S. The children are babies, toddlers, most are under 11 years old. These are not security threats. The women are so strong and gracious. They're just such amazing mothers. The common theme with all of them is that they're just trying to protect their children. They've experienced such extreme violence from the gangs, extortion, death threats, domestic violence, attempts to recruit their children. And I think, what would I do in that situation? I would do everything I could to protect my family and my children. One woman I met a couple days ago had previously come to the U.S. and was deported. The government determined that she didn't have a valid asylum claim. This was after she was being extorted in her home country. She was having to pay a monthly fee, an expensive fee, la renta. Her nephew had been killed by the gangs, and after she identified the body, they started threatening her and her family, saying that the gangs are going to kill her and her family. They tried relocating, but the gangs found them. It's a common theme that the gangs are so interconnected that they're able to find people everywhere. They know where these women live, where they work, where their children go to school, their bus schedules. And so she had fled to the U.S. and sought asylum. I read through the transcript of her prior case, and it was just such a joke. It was clear that she was scared. The officer and the immigration judge didn't ask any questions to help her articulate her story. Once she was deported back to her home country, the violence became worse. She continued paying the extortion fee, and one night when the gangs came to collect it, they raped her. She never had told anyone about the rape, including her husband. Myself, my colleague who was interpreting, we were the first people that she'd ever told about this. Her daughter was also being threatened at school by the gangs, and they were trying to recruit her. And so she fled to the U.S. again. I was able to sit in with her on her reasonable fear interview, and when I entered the room, her face just lit up. It just gave her that boost of confidence to finally tell her story. And I'm hopeful that this time that the government listened. It's so critical that we have lawyers here on the ground. Asylum law is complicated. It's very technical and full of legal terms that these women don't understand. Yet, when they are explained, the details of an asylum claim, a valid asylum claim, 90% of them are being released from detention. It's been a tough week. I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. Listening to horror story after horror story is very draining. We've went through I don't know how many packets of tissue this week from the women crying. But it's been so rewarding. The women come to us and they're nervous, they're scared, and And once we help them walk through their stories, by the end they just have a weight has been lifted off their shoulders, and they just have the confidence that they need to go in to have successful interviews. Family detention helps the government look tough on immigration, but there's got to be another way. We can do better, and we must do better.